Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope everyone's doing well. Inshallah, we're going to start our orientation. Alhamdulillah, wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala wa sahbihi ajma'in. So, Ikhwani, I want to welcome you all to Ibn Malik Institute. You have taken on a journey, or you're about to take on a journey, of learning the Arabic language. And this journey, my dear respected brothers and sisters, is a very important one, because the Arabic language is the key to our religion. Our Prophet alayhi as-salatu was-salam spoke the language. And then also the Quran was revealed upon this language. So that is more than enough for a reason to exhaust his time and spend his time, to learn the Arabic language. And there are many other reasons, of course. But those two are more than enough. So ikhwani wa akhawati, brothers and sisters, this is the fourth batch. So there were 3 other batches that were before you guys. And they've moved on to the next levels. Okay? And bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, I'm hoping that, every single one of you guys also, is able to carry on, finish the course and move on to the next levels. So we'll go straight into the introduction. So the first question that the person has to ask himself is, or the person has to believe, first of all, before he even asks himself, he has to believe that he can learn the Arabic language. And these things, they revolve around a few things in our religion. The first thing is having good thoughts of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Learning the Arabic language is a way to khair, it's a door to khair. It's a door to one of the greatest doors of khair. لماذا? Why? Because you understand the Quran and the Sunnah. So you should believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to aid you in this path. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he said, يريد الله ليبين لكم ويهديكم سنن الذين من قبلكم ويتوب عليكم. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he wants to make things clear for you. He wants to make halal and haram clear for you. Okay? And he wants to guide you to the sunnah, to the path of those who are righteous that came before you. So that's an ayah. Allah wants khair for you. Okay? Another ayah, Allah yuridu an yatuba alaykum. Allah wants to accept your repentance. And another hadith, the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, he mentions that when the person, he takes a step towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he walks towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, runs towards him. And when a person takes one step towards Allah, Allah takes 2 towards him. So you have to have good thoughts of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is a bab of khair. You've made a decision. You said, okay, I am going to learn the Arabic language. Okay? Know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sayahdi. He's going to guide you, and He's going to give you thabat and istiqamah. Okay? And have these good thoughts of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the first thing. And then the way of the believer is that he has certainty and firmness. So he is firm. He is not someone who wavers a lot. And he is firm upon that which he embarks on. And then the people of doubt tend to have bad thoughts of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The people of nifaq, the munafiqeen. The Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that one of the signs of the munafiqeen is that the hypocrites is that what? They have doubt, they have bad thoughts of Allah, about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then we will end with this hadith. The Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, He said, how amazing is the case of the believer. There is good for him in everything. And this applies only to a believer. If prosperity attends him, he expresses gratitude. And this is good for him. And if adversity befalls him, then he has patience and he endures it. And that is better for him. So this, when the person when the person is in hardship, he needs to have patience. And when the person is in ease, he needs to be gratitude. And this keeps him upon the path of being firm and having good thoughts of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, all right. So the question now is, why should I learn the Arabic language? Okay. To understand the Quran and the Sunnah. To understand the Quran and the Sunnah. And my dear respected brothers and sisters, we know the times that we are in. These very, very, very strange times that we're in. There's so much going on. If the person does not know his deen, my dear respected brothers and sisters, he is like someone who is, walking in the dark. He cannot see anything. He's just walking. If there was to be a pit, in front of him, he would just fall into it. So this is the situation that we are in today. Okay, the person has to have knowledge. He needs guidance. He needs light. And you cannot go. The key to that knowledge is the Arabic language. So when the person has this, he has this goal attached to why he's learning the Arabic language. I want to understand the Quran and the Sunnah. I want to understand the Deen. I want to be able to, differentiate haqq from batil. When you attach this goal to that which you're doing, this allows you to continue. The greater this goal is in your mind, in your heart, and the more you're thinking about it, this will keep you consistent on this path of learning the Arabic language. Learning the Arabic language is a form of ibadah. Why? Because we just mentioned you have that niyyah, you have the intention, which is to understand the Quran and the Sunnah. Okay? So it becomes an ibadah straight away. It becomes like someone, so let's say you sit down for 2 hours and you learn the Arabic language. Okay? You will get the same reward as someone who sat down for 2 hours and he was learning the Quran, or he sat down for 2 hours and he was learning fiqh, or he sat down for 2 hours and he was learning the hadith of the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam. The reward is the same. Why? Because the goal is the same. Every single one of these people, they want to understand the Quran and the Sunnah. A third reason can be to be able to teach your children. When you have children, these are, it's a blessing, but then it's also a responsibility. And you will be asked, you'll be tested, you'll be asked on the day of judgment about them and how you raised them. So when someone knows the Arabic language, alhamdulillah, he teaches children the Arabic language. Translate Islamic books that are in Arabic to English. Okay, if you want to get into that field, maybe later on, translate thousands of Arabic books that are amazing Arabic books, and you can make it accessible to those who do not know the Arabic language, new Muslims, for example, and they can, inshallah ta'ala, benefit from those books. In times of confusion, you can return to the classic Islamic books. So today, you have to go to, your shaykh. Okay? You do not know. All right? If a mas'ala comes, if you look into an issue, a matter of our religion, all right, and you cannot go and research. You have to go to your shaykh and ask him, and you have to take, and he's not even going to go into details. When he realizes that you are just another layman and you do not know much about the religion, you do not know much about the Arabic language, he will just tell you the opinion. He won't even give you the proof for this. He will just tell you, oh, this is halal, stay away from it. Or this is haram, stay away from it. And he won't go into details. But then when you know the Arabic language and you have a strong base of the religion, now you can actually go and do your own research and look into the reasoning behind why this thing is halal or haram, and what are the other opinions. And what does this opinion rely upon? Which hadith does this opinion, rely upon? All of these things. Okay? So in times of confusion, when there's different opinions and someone is saying this is halal, no, this is haram, kada, alhamdulillah, you can go back to your classic books. Improve your ibadah. Taraweeh, 5 daily prayers. This is one of the most important ones. Enough. We have to be sick of, the Muslim has to be sick of just standing behind the Imam and not understanding anything. Enough is enough. Enough lip service, just reciting the Quran and not understanding what you're reading. Imagine I give someone a book in Russian or Albanian or any other language, and I just tell him, read this book, and he does not know the language. Let's say he knows how to read it, but he does not understand anything from it. This person is just wasting his time. So the reason this Quran was sent down, my dear respected brother and sister, is for you to understand it. This is the reason behind it. You have to understand. Even memorizing it and reading it, all of these things are secondary. The primary, matter about the Quran is understanding it and acting upon it. This was why it was revealed. It is like a manual. This is the way of life of a believer. So for many years, we've been standing behind the Imam, and we're asking ourselves, why don't I have khushu'? Why can't I focus in my salah? Why isn't my iman increasing? Why is it so hard for me to go and pray in the masjid and listen to the Quran? Why is it so hard for me to pray? Why do I have to always just quickly finish the salah and try to get rid of it? Why am I not finding the halawa, the sweetness of the salah? Well, the first answer to that is you don't understand that which is being recited. Sometimes you don't even understand the adhkar that you're reciting. The at-tahiyyat, the salat ala nabi alayhi salam, subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhana rabbiyal a'la, subhana rabbiyal azim. Okay, that which we read in between the two sujuds. Allahumma ghfirli warhamni warzuqni wa'afini wa'afu anni. What are these things? And then what comes after that is also the adhkar al-sabah and adhkar al-masa, the remembrance of the morning, remembrance of the evening, remembrance after the salawat, remembrance before you go to sleep. And these adhkar, even if you read them today and you're trying to read them, you don't understand them. Okay, so enough lip service. Wallah, the person has to make a decision. He needs to make a decision. He needs to live by it. He needs to be consistent until he reaches that goal. Okay, you have to say, I'm going to learn the Arabic language. I'm going to be better at my ibadah. I'm going to understand the Quran. Improve your ibadah, tarawih, and 5 daily prayers. Be able to get around in Arab countries. This is another bonus. It's very minimal when you compare it to the other things that we mentioned, but it's also a bonus. When you go to the Arab countries, you can get around. To preserve the Arabic language and pass it on to the next generation. All right, so these are some of the things that you can, keep in your intention and set as a goal. All right, causes of failure. So these are very general. You can use them for. They can come in between you and any goal that you make for yourself. So, for example, the first one is a lack of a connection to the goal. So the goals that we just mentioned, if you do not have a connection to this goal and you're not always reminding yourself, when you sit down for each lesson, or when you sit down to revise, you got to remind yourself, okay, why am I doing this? Okay, when you do not feel like, listening to the lesson, or doing the homework, or memorizing some of the new words, what do you have to do? You have to remind yourself, why am I doing this? What is the goal behind it? So lack of a connection to the goal can be a result in stopping and having low aspirations. The person doesn't have a high aspiration. Someone he does not want to become a scholar. Someone he doesn't want to become an abid. Someone does not want to become someone who understands the Quran and the Sunnah. And he wants to understand. Ibn al-Qayyim, he mentions the highest aspiration is that one can have is to understand exactly what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted when he revealed this ayah. To understand exactly the meaning of this hadith, exactly how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants it to be. This is the highest aspiration someone can reach. Okay? So the person has to have high aspirations for him to continue and to learn the Arabic language. Not taking responsibility for shortcomings, blaming others. This can be also another prevention. Okay? Yani when something is not going right, do not blame others. Try to figure out, okay, where did things go wrong? Lack of plan. Lack of plan. So what usually happens is throughout week 1, week 2, week 3, a lot of the students, after week 4, week 5, there's not many students left that are attending the classes. Why is this? Because a lot of the time what happens is the lessons, they accumulate. The words accumulate. There's so much being learned every single week, and you're falling behind. You're still in week 1. Just like what happens in uni. In uni, for example, when someone starts a semester and he falls behind, a lot of times he can catch up. But with regards to the Arabic language, this isn't. With uni, at the end of the semester, you just quickly go through all the lectures, you go through all the notes, and you just prepare for that exam. You just want to pass that exam. All right? And move on to the next semester. You don't even want to remember anything. You don't care if you forget everything that you studied that last semester. But when it comes to the Arabic language, this is different. You want to memorize these words and you want to be able to use them and you want to build on them. So it's not going to be easy. You can't just catch up 4 weeks after you miss out. So the person actually has to have a plan. And we're going to speak about this more, inshallah ta'ala, towards the end. Lack of discipline and relying on motivation. So the famous saying, we've all heard this saying, what starts the task is motivation, but what finishes it and allows you to reach the goal is discipline. Because there are days where you're not going to be able, where you're not going to want to attend the class. You're not going to want to sit down and memorize these new words that you've just taken. You won't be able to sit down. Some days you're going to be very tired. Okay, all your friends are hanging out. Okay? Or you want to spend time with your children or your family. I want to tell you guys something. Just know that you have taken on a path. Now, when you're starting to learn the Arabic language, you've taken on a path. You are different from the rest of the people, all your friends, your family members, your co-workers, you're different. Okay? Before you were all the same. It was about work, family, friends. This was basically your time. That was all it was about. Now you've decided, you said, okay, I have high aspirations. I want to learn the Quran and the Sunnah. I have to learn the Arabic language. You cannot be the same as the others. You can't be doing the same things that they've been doing. They don't have the same goal of yours. So what does this mean? Outside of that time, you have to sacrifice time. You have to sacrifice time outside of work, family. And any time that you get, you need to put it into this. Any free time you get, you have to say, okay, let's say the person, he only has 6 hours through the week, 6 hours throughout the week, and that are free. So this 6 hours, at least 4, he has to give it to the Arabic. And then the other 2, maybe give it to something else. All right. So this has to be on the top of your priority list. All right. So lack of discipline and relying on motivation, distractions, a lot of distractions. Do you know, when the person has so much going on, it's very hard for him to focus. When you have work, and then you have, your family, and then you have like you're working for an organization, an Islamic organization maybe, and then you go to another Islamic class, and then you have Quran classes, and then you have a da'wah program. You're doing so much, you won't be able to focus on one thing. A jack of all trades, a master of none. This is the result. Okay, so the distractions can be those things that we mentioned, and then it can also be little things like a phone, So we got to get rid of these distractions, my dear respected brothers and sisters. Unhealthy habits. Okay, comparing yourself to others can also be a cause of failure. When you see someone who, a lot of the time when we start every batch, there's a few students that have a good level already in the Arabic language. They've learned some words here and there. They can understand. They have a good understanding, and they're a bit ahead. Or even sometimes they have students that are very smart and they manage to pick up things very quickly, so they go ahead. Okay, you cannot compare yourself to the other people. Everyone is on the same road. As long as you need to realize that everyone's on the same road. It does not matter whether this person is ahead of you or behind you. You're on the same road and the goal is one. Okay? Rushing for results. This is today where, these days where we want things very quickly. Clickbait. We cannot listen to a video more than 15, 20 minutes. We're looking for those short videos. Reels. Yeah, everyone's used to reels, TikTok, reels on Instagram, those shorts on YouTube. So everyone just wants quick. Ikhwani, nothing comes quick. And nothing valuable comes quick. What comes quick is like it's like very low. It's something which is invaluable. For example, fast food. Look at fast food. It's not the best of foods. It comes out quick, you know? So everything that's good, it takes time. Everything that's good takes time. It needs patience. It needs discipline. Whether it is going to the gym and becoming, building a physique that you're proud of, whether it is, you know, business. Business takes time before the person, starts to make very good money. Um, Building a family, you know, disciplining your children, memorizing the Quran, like anything, akhi, that's really good that you can say, okay, man, this is amazing. He doesn't take it's not gonna be quick. It needs time. Now, so these are some of the things, and then there are many things also that I'm pretty sure um you guys know of that can result in in failure. Now, so inshallah ta'ala, what we're gonna move on to the information about the course. All right. The course is designed for beginners. Beginners starting from zero. But the person has to know how to read. You're a beginner with regards to the Arabic language. Afwan. You're a beginner, but you have to be able to read. Okay? If you are not able to read the Arabic language, you need to go learn how to read and then come and join this course. So the prerequisite is one thing, being able to read the Arabic language. The book that we will be focused on is Al-Arabiyyah Bayna Yadayk. All right. The book will be provided, inshallah ta'ala, in PDF form. Okay. The course will cover, learning how to read, write, and speak Arabic, and also understand. Okay. The course has other levels, but you would have to complete and pass the first level to continue. It is a requirement to attend every 2 sessions every week. Every week we're gonna have 2 sessions. You have to attend the 2 sessions every single week. All right, you must complete all the work to pass this level. There's gonna be homework for each chapter. All right, you're gonna have to do the work, do the homework for you to pass. All right, time of the classes. Okay, this was for the previous batch. So the time of the classes will be on the Thursday. On Thursday, so from so on the Thursday from 7:30 till 9. Okay, and then Saturday mornings from 7 to 9. Okay, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Saturday mornings. All right. So the person has to attend these sessions. Let's say the person cannot attend, something happens, something comes up, like an emergency. I'm not talking about, oh, I'm tired today from work, or my friends are, getting together today. I'm talking about an emergency, family, or, the person the person cannot, cannot attend for something serious. In this case, Alhamdulillah, there are recordings. So what you're going to do is you can go back to recordings and catch up. Okay? Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So 7:30 to 9 p.m. every Thursday night. So that's an hour and a half. And then every Saturday night from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Every Saturday morning, after. Every Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Okay? The cost of the course is $350. Course duration is 12 weeks. 12 weeks. All right. And then so 2 hour sessions per week. The first session is going to be 1 hour and a half to two. We will add another half an hour if we need it. But most of the time it's going to take just an hour and a half, inshallah ta'ala. But then the second session will be 2 hours bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. All right. Okay. So there is a mid course test, which is 25%. So the book consists of 8 chapters. When we finish 4 chapters, so each week we're going to go through a chapter. Okay, when we finish 4 chapters after 4 weeks, we have an exam. Okay, and then when we finish the other 4, then we have the final exam. All right, and then work that needs to be done during the course is 50%. All right, now to move on to the next level, the student must have 60% for each one of these. Okay, all right. All right, what to expect? You're going to increase. You're not going to come out after these 12 weeks, Ikhwani. You're not going to come out as someone who's fluent, who, mashallah, is like Siboy. Do you guys know Siboy? Siboy, he's one of the great, Arabic linguists. He was a grammarian. Okay. The person is not going to become like Siboy. Yani, alhamdulillah, you've done a basic level of the Arabic language. All right. You need to continue for you to be able to be fluent, you know. Increase, so you're going to increase your vocabulary. Of course, you will have essential reading, writing, conversation, and understanding skills. You can construct simple sentences after you finish this level, and you'll be ready for book 2 bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. All right. So I'll just give you a run over of how the course is going to go. So ikhwani and akhawati, the most important thing and for you at this stage is to memorize words. This is the most important thing. So firstly, to memorize these words, to see how they're being used, and then to be able to use them. All right, this is what you're going to be focusing on. So you're going to be memorizing new words, okay? And you're going to be memorizing new words, and you're going to be, what do you call it, seeing how they're being used, and then you're going to have to be able to use these words. All right. So a big part of this journey of learning the Arabic language is memorizing new words, vocabulary. This is yani you have to memorize words. You need vocabulary for you to understand the Arabic language, to speak the Arabic language, to be able to construct simple sentences. You need words. Okay. So what you're going to do is, so there's a book that I'm just going to bring out, inshallah ta'ala, real quick. What's going to happen is I'm going to give you your lesson, then you're going to write down the new words. Okay. And then, so you're going to memorize these words. So you're going to attend the class, take these new lessons. This conversation, for example, has 10 new words. All right. You're going to have to write these new words and their meanings, and you're going to have to memorize them. Okay. And then when you finish that chapter, when you take, the lessons that are necessary for that chapter, you do the homework. Okay, so there's I'm gonna be preparing paper and that you're gonna have to do, which is homework every single week for each chapter. Okay, now and then, so where was I? You're gonna do that homework, okay, and then Alhamdulillah, you've done that chapter. You've memorized the words. You understand, those words and how they're being used. You've done the homework. Now you can move on to chapter 2. Is that clear? So inshallah ta'ala, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys the book that we're studying, the PDF, real quick. And then I'm gonna open the floor for questions, inshallah ta'ala. All right, so for example, this is the first chapter. Okay, I don't think you guys can see it. Just give me a second, I'll share it with you guys. All right. Okay, I think everyone can see it now. So this is the first chapter, for example, Al-Wahdatul Ula, the first chapter. At-Tahiyyatu wat-Ta'aruf. At-Tahiyya, greetings. Wat-Ta'aruf, and getting to know each other. Okay, this is what this chapter is focusing on. And then look, so for example, it gives you a hiwar. This is the first conversation. This is the second conversation. And then this is the third conversation. So I'm going to give you this lesson, and let's say the new words, you're going to write down the new words. Ismi, you're going to write it down. Ism, what does it mean? Haluka, what does it mean? Kayfa is a new word. Khairin is a new word. Alhamdu, okay, is a new word. You're going to write these new words and you're going to write the meaning. You're going to write down the meaning of these words. And I've prepared a book for this. I have prepared a book for this that you're going to use. You're going to print it out. It's going to be sent to you as a PDF. You're going to print out this book, and in this book you're going to be writing the words and their meanings. Okay, and this is the most important part, my dear respected brothers and sisters. You have to make a time where you're not getting distracted. You get rid of the phone. Okay, and the best time, I tell people, the best time is before Fajr or after Fajr. Okay, at this time, Alhamdulillah, yani today we have long nights. Isha is pretty early. If you get your 6-7 hours in, try to wake up an hour before Fajr and sit down and actually memorize. I need you to get like this thing, the tasbih that you use to count. I need you to get that, or the digital one that now everyone uses. You need to get that, and you need to sit down and memorize these words and repeat them. So, for example, you're going to repeat each word 70 times. So, for example, we've learned ism. Ism means name, yeah? Ism, and then the plural for this is asma. So you're going to say ism, asma, name. Ism, asma, name. You're going to memorize a few words, 5 words, and then repeat. When you memorize these 5 words, and alhamdulillah, now you can read them by heart, then you repeat it 50 to 70 times. And trust me, this does not take more than an hour. It does not take more than an hour, trust me. Okay, but it needs from you to sit down that hour and to memorize those words and repeat them. Okay, it might be a bit more than that at the beginning, but as you get used to it, it won't take more than an hour. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. All right, so you've memorized the new words, alhamdulillah, you understand this lesson, you know it, then you're going to do the homework for that chapter. When you do the homework for that chapter, alhamdulillah, you've done what's needed for that chapter, and then you move on to the next chapter. Okay. I'm going to open the floor for the questions, inshallah ta'ala. If I have forgot anything, if anything comes to mind, inshallah ta'ala, and I will say it, inshallah ta'ala. But now I'm going to open the floor for questions. Just going to unmute everyone. It'll be better if you can just write your question. If you can just write your question, it'll be better. Or inshallah ta'ala, you can ask. Okay, so I've allowed you guys to unmute yourself. So when you have a question, just unmute yourself and then ask the question. And then when you finish, inshallah, just mute yourself again. بإذن ta'ala. So there has.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته عبد الله.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. نعم.
أخي, I just want to ask you quickly, does this course include writing the Arabic as well, or just speaking and understanding it
Sorry, what was
and
that?
reading? Does the course include writing the Arabic?
Yes, yeah. Also right.
Okay, perfect.
No.
Oh, that's good.
No. All right, I'm just going to go to the chat.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Fethi said, I think this course is not for me because I am not a beginner. Akhi, just have a look through the first book of Arabiyyah Bayna Yadayk. Have a look through it. And if you see that you know most of the stuff, or if it's very easy, then yeah, it won't be for you. Inshallah ta'ala. That's Fethi. No. نعم يونس تفضل.
So this is writing Arabic, right?
Yes, there's
Learning,
yes.
no. Learning to this can help us with Quran, yeah?
Definitely, yes. Yeah. As in understanding the Quran?
Yeah, because I'm not 100% yet. So
Yeah,
I took this course to help me learn the Quran, Aki.
definitely. So this is gonna help. This is gonna, inshallah ta'ala, this course, if you stay with it and you finish it, you will be on a level that you were not before, that you were not on before. You'll be, and you'll improve a lot, and you'll be able to understand so many words of the Quran. And basically you embark on a journey on the Quran, inshallah ta'ala. Na'am.
Inshallah. Jazakallah khair.
No worries. Anyone else?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ustad,
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Na'am.
I had a question in regards to the homework. How would the homework work?
So the homework, every week I'm going to prepare the homework for that chapter, and I'm going to send it to you guys, and everyone has to do the homework and send it back to me.
Okay. Also, one more question.
Yeah.
Would you recommend buying the hard copy of the book?
Yeah, well, if you're able to, I'm going to ask, inshallah ta'ala, one of my brothers, the brothers that was from the previous batches. I'm going to ask him if he still has some copies.
Inshallah.
And then if there's a copy, you can just buy it from him, inshallah ta'ala. If not, there's Darussalam. Darussalam in Sydney and Melbourne both have the book, and the person can buy it from them. It'll be shipped to him like within a week.
Inshallah. Jazakallah.
No, and it's good to have the hard copy. All right. Anyone else? Yes, I study now, Medina University, Arabic course, book 3. I want to train speaking. Oh, okay. You're already studying book 3, mashallah. Yeah, so you're already on a higher level, akhi, so this won't be for you, akhi Fathi. Now, with regards to speaking, akhi, try to practice, the words that you're learning, the sentences. Try to find someone to speak to and to converse with in your local masjid, or if you have like Arab friends, any opportunity you get to be able to practice, inshallah ta'ala. Now, anyone else? Any other questions? Ikhwani wa akhawati, brothers and sisters. All right, so the course, inshallah ta'ala, is starting on the 31st. Okay? So, and
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Marhaban.
Can you please cite some simplest sentences, for example?
Sorry?
You said about that we can build some simple sentences. Could
Yes.
you please
Give you an example?
Yeah.
All right. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. Kayfa haluki? Ana bi khayr walhamdulillah. So this is a conversation happening between two people, yeah? هل لك أولاد؟ هل لك أولاد؟ نعم. لي 3 أطفال. ماذا تعمل؟ أعمل مهندسا في شركة. I work as an engineer in a company. كم ساعة تعمل في اليوم? How many hours do you work in a day? أعمل 7 ساعات. I work 7 hours, for example. So you'll be able to, so the basic.
So is there the English meaning in the book?
Sorry?
Are there the English meaning of the sentences?
Sorry, are there?
The English meaning of the Arabic sentences.
Oh, okay. Naam, the English meanings. So what I'm gonna do is when I'm giving you the lesson, you're gonna have to write down the meanings. And then what you're gonna do is I'm gonna give you a book which is called Daftarul Mufradat, the book of those Arabic words. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna write down the new word that you have learned in singular form, and then the plural form, and then the meaning. And you're gonna have a list. You're gonna have a long list of these words, and every day you're gonna be memorizing new words, inshallah ta'ala. Okay.
Okay, and do we have to pay in the beginning?
Yes. Now, everyone has to pay up front, inshallah ta'ala, before the course starts.
Okay.
No.
Jazakallah.
وإياكم.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh Abdullah. I was just wondering, do you know when we're gonna?
Yeah. تفضل. تفضل.
Sheikh, do you know when we're gonna be receiving the PDF file?
And the book, as soon as you sign up, we're gonna send it to you, inshallah.
Oh, okay, beautiful. All right, no problem. And where's would that be sent to us on the 31st of August?
No, before that. When the person, yeah, definitely you'll get it before the class. But as soon as the person signs up, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna create 2 WhatsApp groups, a group for the brothers and a group for the sisters. This WhatsApp group that the brother created now, he's going to get rid of it. Okay, this was only for the orientation. All right. Now, and then inshallah we're gonna create 2 different groups, one group for the brothers, one group for the sisters. All right, and this is where you're going to interact and ask questions and put the homework on there. And if someone has a good example, for example, he has written down all the new words with their meanings, he can put it there so the other students can benefit, inshallah ta'ala. Now, so someone asked about other levels. Yes, akhi, there is a group that is doing book 2 right now. Okay. So
what do you comment about Arabic for Lil Nashin?
Sorry?
Arabic for Lil Nashin? That is for is that the beginning book?
No. We're going through a series called al-Arabiyyah Bayna Yadayk. The Arabic in front of you. This is what the series is called, and this is the most famous book series in the world, and it is very successful. And it has been written by people that have altogether they have more than 40 years of experience teaching the Arabic language as a second language. They've been teaching it for more than 40 years. So these people came together and they put this book together. And this book has so many different versions. They always improved it. This version is like one of the best versions now. Okay, they've improved it so many times that they've realized, okay, this is the best way someone can learn the Arabic language. And this series is a series that is taught in Egypt. It's taught in Saudi Arabia. It's taught in Somalia. In many places, this book series is used, and it has so much barakah. And this is one of the best book series. So this is the book series that we're relying on, inshallah ta'ala.
So how many books there are?
There's 4 books.
4 books.
Yes, the series, the 4-book series.
So we'll finish the 4 books in one course.
No. The first 12 weeks we're gonna be doing the first book, inshallah ta'ala.
First book.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's someone who asked, is there an intermediate course? Now, there is an intermediate course, there is an intermediate course. So there's the first batch, they're in book 2 right now. So inshallah ta'ala, you want to know about, but this group, inshallah, message the brother, message us, the Ibn Malik Institute, message us, inshallah ta'ala, privately, Fathi, and then we'll speak to you, inshallah ta'ala, about the other batch, inshallah, that are a bit ahead, inshallah ta'ala. Now, any other questions? All right, I'm guessing there's no other questions. We're gonna end our session bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So,
Sorry, Abdullah, I was just going to ask you.
yeah,
You said we're going to also write as well, isn't it?
yeah, correct. Yes, there's gonna be a lot of writing.
So,
Yeah. So Ikhwani, do not
So, Ustad, I don't have Arabic keyboard. So,
yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine. You're gonna print out, inshallah ta'ala, the PDF book that I give you, where you're gonna write your new words. You're gonna print it out and you're gonna bind it nicely. Okay.
but how can I can give my assignment or?
That one also. So the homework, when I send it to you, you're gonna print it out. You're gonna do the homework and you're gonna take a picture and send it back to me.
Okay.
Nah. Okay. So, Ikhwani, when I send you the book for your, when I send you the book for your, when I send you the book for your new words, okay, it's called Daftar al-Mufradat. Inshallah, I'm gonna need you to print it out and then bind it, put like those see-through covers at the front, and then a black cover at the back, and put a nice binder on it. And then, inshallah ta'ala, you're gonna use this book throughout the course, inshallah ta'ala. So there's three things that you have to look out for. So the PDF that you get, the book that we're studying, the PDF of Arabiyyah Bayna Yadayk, the actual content, that one you can keep it as a PDF. All right. So that's the first thing that you need to get. And inshallah, we're going to send it to you. The second thing is Daftar al-Mufradat, the book that you're going to write your new words in. Okay, and you're going to memorize from that. Okay. So that is the second book. And that one I'm going to send to you as a PDF. You have to go print it out, bind it nicely, and use it, inshallah ta'ala. And the third one is the homework I'm going to be sending every week. The homework that I'm going to be sending every week, if you can do it on the computer, alhamdulillah, if you're able to write on the computer, and alhamdulillah, do that and then send it to me. If not, then you're going to have to print it out, do the homework, take a picture, send it to me, inshallah ta'ala. Okay? Is that clear, ikhwani wa akhawati, brothers and sisters? I'm going to end the session, inshallah ta'ala. Make sure you sign up. Make sure you message us on our group if you want to sign up. And then we'll send you the account details and everything. And we're going to add you to the WhatsApp group. One for the brothers, one for the sisters. And then we're going to go from there, inshallah ta'ala. The course starts on the 31st, which is on a Thursday night, inshallah ta'ala. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.